Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. How are you all? Sorry I haven't been here uploading, doing my stories. Matter of fact, I left you hanging. Things have been a bit crazy. Yesterday was a tough day for me. I ended up having a bit of a breakdown and a cry before work. Just a lot of stuff piling up, and I got it off my chest. Had my little cry. I'm feeling better now. Just thought I would show you some of the cards I've been working on, or I had worked on. Just something new with a little background, the felt. And then with the paper I showed you that I got at the dollar store. Something totally different with the cards than what I would usually do. Put those down there. And then I've just done this one, but I put it up way too high. That's way too much space down here. Oh well. Can't always be perfect. That's for sure. Actually, I'm being distracted. There's someone in our building. Hubby says they're not outside because he's opened up the door to the balcony, and he doesn't hear anything. So we don't know where these people are, but there's somebody hooting and hollering and howling. Like there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But we're used to having quiet building. So it's just a little maddening. Like on our floor we have, I'm calling them a newlywed couple on this side. And then we have a senior on the other side of us. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other seniors on our floor. And then another young couple. So, I mean, everybody here is used to things being quiet. And then when you have somebody come in and loud, it's disruptive. But I'm sure somebody eventually will complain. They're not outside. Because that was the first thought. So... we've been lucky. We haven't had anybody really disruptive next to us that we've had to share a wall with. So we haven't had to listen to loud music and stuff like that. Not that we don't like loud music, but if it gets to be excessive and you'd like, you know, some quiet, then that gets to be a problem. But hopefully holy crap. I can barely hear music, so it's either someone, I think it has to be above us. But I can barely hear the music, so that's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, I've never done these with another background before. But I love this paper. Got it at the dollar store. So, why not use it? I do have the rest of the story to read to you. And since we've just completed Winterlude, I think I will read you something from about the Rideau Canal. They're all going to have bad hangovers tomorrow. I remember those days. It was not fun. No. This is where you're like, meh, no. Okay. Whoops. Yellow. This is an old yellow that I had. Feels good for it to be Friday. It was a short week because we had Monday off for family. Whoa. For Family Day. I say I'm going to do everything right here, right now. So, come on. Blow. Yikes. Okay. I have to look over and see. Can you see what I'm doing? I can't even remember if I showed you this one yet. Did I show you that? I think I did. There's too much down there. Maybe that was one of the 500 times that I've been doing them. Because I've redone this like 2 or 3 times now. Now, what I want to add to that, my sister-in-law's friend made this. Well, he took a dollar store box, and then I should say, an Indigenous artist. This is one of the boxes. Beautiful work. I feel very privileged to have this. I did see some of his paintings. They were beautiful. I don't even know what's in here anymore. I think these are all going to be too big for what I want. Oh, look at that. Look at that little one. That's beautiful. Yeah, I think you got to be able to hear that one. The potting. I'm looking for small. Oops, oops, oops. There's one. I have feathers everywhere. Every time I see one, I have to pick it up. It drives my husband nuts. You don't know. What could be on that? Holy mackerel. Okay. Put some glue on the back. Luckily, this glue isn't that hot. There. Oop. Cool. Oh, I'm so distracted with that. I'm like an old woman now. I was trying to find, now a friend of mine, Haunted Ramblings, Laura, put up a video today. Yesterday? She put up 2 of them about buttons. And the price that they're asking for certain types of buttons, old buttons, on eBay. And she's going through a box, or a tin, that belonged to her friend's grandmother, I think it was. And I'm looking at these buttons, and she's saying what the prices are. And I'm like, OMG. I remember my mother had those, or my grandmother had those buttons. My mom had tons of buttons. Because she was a seamstress. Or she loved to sew. I did not pick that up off of her, unfortunately. I absolutely suck at that. But one of my nieces out west, she is excellent at sewing. My niece Jill, she's really good at it. What did I put on the other one? I can't remember. I think it was that one. Would that be too much? Boy, nickels, yes. Okay, nah. But I will get to reading for you. Oh, I know what I could use. Hang on. Oh, where'd I put it? I see, I moved everything around. No, I don't. I say I moved everything around. I cleaned out my... I cleaned out all of my drawers here. And now I can't remember where I put stuff. That isn't good, is it? Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. I really think this is pretty. There we go. Yeah, put all my stickers together. So it's like, where is it? There you go. Cute. Very cute. So that'll dry. I kind of like doing those with the other paper behind them. So I may do more. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, I don't think I've used this photo before. This is one that I took at the experimental farm, which I'll tell you about another time. This one goes back quite a while ago. But I really liked it. Turned out really well. Okay. Now, I left off... where did I leave off? Let me see. Okay, so we had left where they had put a bag, I believe it was. Okay. Okay. Yes, we left it, I believe, with, this is about Lori and Archie, and they had been actually visiting back in time to a cabin, and we left with Archie finding a basket when he went to chop wood. Okay, in regards to the basket, he quickly took it inside to show Lori. She knew instantly who it was. Inside were fresh baked muffins and a small note. Thank you, friends. Your generosity is appreciated. My God, they had gotten the food and ventured near their home. A thought struck both of them at the same time. If they could be in their cabin, could Jeb and Christine be in theirs? The couple looked around, trying to feel out the atmosphere. Nothing. Was their imaginations running away with them? It was apparent they could only be in the cabin once a day. Tomorrow they would wait till evening, when Christine and Jeb would be home. Archie laughed. It's like we're planning to see friends, except these friends can't see us. He shook his head. That evening, with a bottle of wine in hand, they were back in the cabin. They found Jeb and Christine enjoying some of the vegetables they had left. Christine's head turned. Hello, friends. Thank you for your generosity. Laurie placed the wine on the table, or on the floor. Christine's eyes lit up, and she moved towards the bottle. She held it up, and Jeb joined her. Christine once again placed her hand in front of her. Although Laurie felt nothing, the young woman did. Gazing at her husband, she said, I feel a warmth, a kindness. We have nothing to fear from them. She took a breath and continued. We are from a time before yours. I don't understand how we are connecting, but I'm glad we are, Laurie said. I am too. And these guys. Okay, see, they totally got me. I keep hearing them and they're throwing me off. Okay, we are time for you. Okay, that was Christine talking. Laurie said, I am too, and knew they had heard her. Suddenly, a furious wind knocked them off their feet. Laurie and Archie stepped forward to help, but were back in their own darkness. Worried about the young couple, sleep was intermittent. The next morning seemed forever to arrive. Standing in the usual spot, nothing happened. Archie remembered the second cabin, but nothing happened there either. Their thoughts turned to the worst, and they began to mourn people they actually never knew. That evening, by their own fire, they reminisced about the few memories they had of Christine and Jeb. Suddenly, they felt a chill in the room. Looking toward their door, two figures began to manifest. It was Christine and Jeb. A tornado had ripped through their homestead. They still carried the bottle of wine. Archie and Laurie had been time traveling. That one time a day in that spot had taken them back. The couple opened their home to their new friends. Archie even went as far as to build the cabin that they had called home. A cabin with no history on the land. The four lived peacefully together and alone, no intrusion from the outside world. This was a true harmony of two massively different cultures, coming together and learning of each other's world. What's up, Boo? Boozy Boo. What you doing? That's the people upstairs, downstairs, somewhere. Okay, now next I'm going to tell you about the Rideau Canal. And I'll have photos afterwards that I'll place in for you to see. The Rideau Canal. It connects Ottawa to Lake Ontario and the St. Lawrence River. It is 202 kilometers long. It is number 2000 in the Canadian Heritage Rivers. It was completed in 1832 by Colonel John By at the mouth of the Ottawa River. I think it's Lieutenant Four bridges cross the canal: the Patora Bridge, Plaza Bridge, the Corktown Footbridge, and the Vimy Memorial Bridge. Canada Parks operates the canal. The National Historic Site of Canada, it was designated a National Historic Site of Canada in 3 different years: 1925, 1962, and 2013. A 90-foot boat can fit in the locks. There are 47 locks on the canal. Construction began in 1826, and it opened in 1832 in case of a war with the U.S. Most of the original structure is still intact. It is open on Victoria Day weekend in May and closes after Thanksgiving in October. It is the oldest continuously operating canal in North America. In 2007, it was registered with UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The canal was built for safe passage between Montreal and Kingston. It would also bypass the rapids and other hazards. Lieutenant Colonel John By supervised the entire construction. The majority of the work was done by Irish and French-Canadian workers. It began in the fall of 1826 and finished in the spring, as I've been saying, 1832. Robert Drummond's steamboat was the first to use the canal, leaving Kingston on May 22nd, 1832, and reaching Bytown, which is now Ottawa, May 29th, 1832. The final cost, and I didn't look this up in dollars, but was $8,222. Yeah, 8,222 pounds. So, I mean, that's going back then. Due to the high cost, Lieutenant Colonel By was called back to London and he retired. He received no recognition for his huge accomplishment. Thousands of immigrants from the British Isles traveled the Rideau, arriving in Upper Canada. Timber, minerals, and grain were taken to Montreal by the canal. 1841, 19 steamboats, 3 self-propelled barges, and 157 tow barges all used the canal. In 1854, commercial traffic on the canal ended with the operation of the Prescott and Bytown Railway in December. Today, it is used for pleasure crafts. It is a major waterway to connect the eastern U.S. with Canada. In 1827, 7 accidental deaths were recorded. Men, women, and children who died were buried in local cemeteries or near the work site. So it is said that underneath part of the walkway in the canal, there are bodies. 1,000 workers died, most of them of malaria and other diseases of that time. Graves were marked with wooden markers which rotted away. Some of the dead remain unknown as they had no families here. The first acknowledgement of deaths was in 1993 in Kingston. District Labour Council and Ontario Heritage Foundation placed a plaque at Kingston Mills. 3 canal-era cemeteries are open to the public: Chaffee Cemetery and Memorial Wall at Chaffee's Lock, used from 1825 to the late 19th century. And Royal Sappers and Miners Cemetery, which was used from 1828 to the 1940s. And McGugan Cemetery, used from early 19th century to the late 1890s. The Rideau Canal has been featured on stamps. In 2014, it appeared on a $2.50 international stamp for World Heritage Series. It is the best preserved example of slack water systems. It is the only canal dating to the 19th century in North America canal building era. Ontario Archaeological and Historical Sites Board at Jones Falls Lock Station erected a plaque to Lieutenant Colonel By, Royal Engineer. In the winter, the Rideau Canal becomes the world's official largest and second longest skating rink. The surface area is equal to 90 Olympic hockey rinks. In January 2008, Winnipeg, Manitoba achieved the world's longest. So the canal was renamed the largest. In 2005, Guinness World Book of Records entered it as the largest naturally frozen ice rink in the world. It is open 24/7 when conditions are good. 1971 to 72 was the longest time, that was 90 days. And 2015 to 2016 was 34 days, with 18 good days of skating. December 30th, 2018 to March 10th, 2019, it was 59 days. The city, in the 1970s, considered paving the canal as an expressway. Thank God the federal government owns it and prevented this from happening. So it shows you exactly what whiz-bangs city council is. Doug Fullerton, chair of NCC, proposed a winter festival in 1971. Even though the city council was opposed to it, it went on. Employees swept and shoveled the ice at that time. The first weekend of Winterlude was January 18th, 1971 to February 26th. It's seen 50,000 people skate on the canal. Now, over 1 million visitors skate on it. And it has a maintenance crew that takes care of it 24/7. Winterlude is just completed, but all of the huts that were on it will still be on it. And as far as I know, if the ice is good, I think it still is, you can skate on it, and some people even use it to get downtown to get to work. So that's one way. I thought it was strange seeing people with briefcases on the canal, but that's what they do. So thank you everyone for coming by. I hope you enjoyed tonight's little craft, even though you've seen the cards before, and the story and the facts on the Rideau Canal. For my new subscribers, thank you very much and welcome to the family. To my loyal subscribers, very much thank you for dropping by once again. Love you all. You can give it a thumbs up if you like it. Check out other videos I have if you like them. Thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I will get back to you. And if you're just coming through, consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. If there's anything you think somebody might like, feel free to share it out. So have a wonderful rest of the evening. And as always, ciao for now.